The poll was conducted from May 6th through the 9th with a sample size of 600 people. 51% of those polled had strong negative opinions of the superintendent, and 56% also felt that way about the CCSD Board of Trustees. Voters cited public schools as one of the most important issues in our county. As for how local educators feel about the superintendent, well, last month a survey by that teachers union found that 75% had no confidence in him. A CCEA spokesperson wrote in a statement in part, quote, "The results of this poll among likely voters in Clark County show that the community is in complete alignment with educators when it comes to their faith in Jara to lead the 5th largest school district in the nation," end quote. And the school district is also responding to this survey. That statement reads in part, quote, "Given the dubious nature of previous survey results promoted by the teachers union in Southern Nevada, the district questions the validity of any polls not shared publicly."
Well, more than 24 pedestrians have been killed on Clark County roads so far this year. Now, while that number is down slightly from 2022, it's a reminder that safe driving is critical. Now, some students at Cimarron Memorial High School say the crosswalk at the front of their school at Tenaya Way and Gates Mill Road is a dangerous concern.
Not a lot of cars stop, and out of experience, I know that because I almost got hit twice.
Sometimes the cars don't stop on time when I'm trying to cross, or like other kids don't walk. Like they just drive by without care.
The campus is located near the busy intersection of Tenaya Way and Lake Mead Boulevard. The traffic safety advocate Aaron Breen says while there are no excuses for drivers failing to yield to pedestrians, rapid flashing reflectors could help keep students safe. Updated signage and a safety zone have been added over the past 3 years. However, Las Vegas City Councilman Brian Knudsen promised to do a new review of that area. Justin, so important to pay attention to those signs, especially in those school zones.
Yeah, just get off your phones and watch what's around you on the roads, pretty please. We are looking a little slow here, 15 northbound. We have had the construction cone congestion, easy for me to say, this time of morning for several weeks, if not a month or so now. But on top of that, we've got a crash 15 northbound near the 93 northbound exit ramp. So that's right in the vicinity of Washington. Different view here. Here's the strip through Tropicana, moving along okay now. Here's the 95 over on the east side around Sunset. It's been a slow spot, but for now, moving along okay. We'll watch the roads. I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good, Justin. Thank you. The Oakland A's appear to be another step closer to moving here to Las Vegas. That's if lawmakers in Carson City can push through a stadium funding package. Bally's Corporation, which owns the Tropicana Las Vegas, has reached an agreement with the Oakland A's for a new stadium on a portion of the site where the hotel and casino now stands. But the team wants the public to help fund the construction of that new ballpark. Lawmakers have been discussing a potential public financing package, but nothing has yet to be formally introduced into the state legislature. A state lawmaker tells us that could happen as soon as this week.
Well, time now, 4:37. Up next in Good Morning Las Vegas, we finally know who our Golden Knights will face off against for the Western Conference Final. We break down the big storylines for our Golden Knights series with the Dallas Stars.
And the Las Vegas Aces are gearing up to defend their title. We hear from the Dream Team on Media Day as they get ready for tip-off.
The Dallas Stars survive, and they move on to take on the Vegas Golden Knights.
And there it is. The Stars outlasted the Seattle Kraken and went on to win 2-1. And that means they will head here to take on our Vegas Golden Knights to start the Western Conference Final. Now, it's a matchup that pits Dallas Stars head coach Pete DeBoer and his former team, the Golden Knights. Now, this is also a rematch from the 2020 Western Conference Final, where the Stars beat the Knights 4-1 in the bubble season. So hopefully we can reverse those results. Now, Game 1 of this Western Conference Final is set for this Friday at 5:30. Game 2 is on Sunday at noon. You can watch that game right here on Channel 13. And both of those games will be held inside T-Mobile Arena.
And as the Golden Knights' quest for their first championship continues, the Las Vegas Aces are getting ready to defend their title. Yesterday was media day for our world champs. You can see them there taking their photos. The Aces are looking to be the first WNBA team to win titles back-to-back since the LA Sparks did it in 2001 and 2002.
I think overarching is to win a championship. That's always the goal. We want to play our basketball for the city of Las Vegas. Back-to-backs haven't happened in the W for at least 20 years, and it's hard for a reason. Players are different, teams get better. So we just have to focus on the small goals to be able to reach the big one.
Right now, we're just focused on the journey
to get to the end point at the end of the season, and that's, every day just focusing on ourselves, making sure we're doing the little things to help make us be the best version of ourselves on the court, and then hopefully put us in position at the end of the season to be able to do some special things.
The Aces will tip off the season this Saturday against a Storm in Seattle at noon, and you can catch that game also right here on Channel 13. Time now, 4:42. A shooting in New Mexico leaves 3 people dead and several others injured. But we're learning about the suspect and the weapons police say they used.
Plus, another Republican candidate getting closer to announcing his run for the White House. When Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could make it official as he cracks down on college diversity and inclusion programs in his own state. Stay with us.
After a record-long winter season, Lee Canyon is gearing up to begin its spring operations later this week.
Yeah, that officially begins on Friday. Now, the resort will then be open from 9 to 4 p.m. for 3-day weekends, and visitors can enjoy scenic chair rides, hiking, as well as disc golf, archery, and even axe throwing. Now, Lee Canyon will also begin preparing for summer operations with the grand opening of its downhill mountain bike park coming soon. It's so crazy to think how long this winter that we've had and how much snow they've had that they're already thinking about summer.
Yeah, and this is a good reminder too, though, that there's lots to do in Lee Canyon right year round. Yeah. And a lot of people go up there to beat the heat, and they might want to do that this week, Justin.
Yeah, Mother Nature's air conditioning, while we are going to be well into the 90s every afternoon this week up around Mount Charleston or on the other side of the ridge in Lee Canyon. A similar forecast. We've got highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. So yeah, a lot cooler up there. The issue though, we're going to have some showers and thunder showers in the forecast for the next few days. Looks like a pretty decent 40% chance of that action today up around Mount Charleston and Lee Canyon. So just a heads up, you may have some downpours and some lightning up that way. Down here in the valley, we focus on the heat. We're going to be back in the mid 90s today. The mid-90s return. Tomorrow, we've got highs in the 90s all week long. Looking at Desert Doppler radar, there are 1 or 2 small showers down, I believe that's Highway 93 into Mojave County over there in Arizona. We do also have some clouds. We'll say kind of partly, at times mostly cloudy. And there may be a stray raindrop around the region this morning. Probably not, though. We will midday into the afternoon be on the lookout for a few isolated showers and possibly thunder showers. The coverage it's going to be spotty. The chance here in Las Vegas in any one neighborhood that you actually get some rain, about 20%. So a 1 in 5 chance that you actually have some raindrops, but you may be close to some breezy showers, may hear a rumble of thunder off in the distance. That's something we'll watch for this afternoon. Slim chance continues this evening and tonight. We'll start off in the mid-70s with the clouds. We haven't cooled off all that much. It's closer to 80 right now, as a matter of fact. But then midday into the afternoon, we're pretty warm out there and enough humidity to drive a few of these spotty showers that it makes our mid-90s definitely feel toasty. And we've got these temperatures in the mid-90s, possibly upper 90s at times as we head through the rest of the week and on into the weekend. I know it's kind of annoying, maybe just to me, to have these small little 10% shower chances in the forecast later this week into the weekend. Doesn't look like a washout on any of those days. Maybe it's not annoying.
Justin, thank you. Turning now to your national headlines this morning. Police in New Mexico say a teenager opened fire in a residential neighborhood, killing 3 people and wounding several others.
Now, that includes 2 officers. Authorities say responding officers killed the 18-year-old shooter. The neighbors heard shots being fired starting at 11 a.m. yesterday. Multiple homes and cars were hit by gunfire as the suspect traveled a quarter of a mile through the neighborhood. Officials say the motive for the violence remains unclear.
Fired at least 3 different weapons that we can confirm at this point, including one being an AR-style rifle. It appears to be purely random, that there was no schools, no churches, no individuals targeted.
Police have not released the name of the shooter. This is the 225th mass shooting in the U.S. this year. We turn now to Florida Governor and likely presidential candidate Ron DeSantis and his new crackdown on diversity and inclusion programs at college campuses.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley breaks down that new law as DeSantis takes another step towards a possible White House campaign.
This morning, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appears to be just days from officially jumping into the 2024 presidential race. A source says his team is telling donors to expect a gathering in Miami next week, coinciding with the campaign launch around Memorial Day. It comes as DeSantis signs a new bill into law prohibiting state colleges in Florida from spending money on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, also known as DEI programs.
DEI is better viewed as standing for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination.
The law also says state college courses cannot include a curriculum that teaches identity politics or teach theories that systemic racism, sexism, oppression, and privilege are inherent in the institutions of the United States.
Florida's getting out of that game. If you want to do things like gender ideology, go to Berkeley.
Meanwhile, a Florida teacher says she's now under investigation by the state's education department for showing her 5th grade students the Disney movie Strange World, which features a character who is gay. Jenna Barbie says she showed her students the movie as it relates to earth science and received permission slips from parents. But according to Barbie, a parent, who's also a member of the school board, reported her to the state. Florida lawmakers last year enacted what critics call the Don't Say Gay law, banning classroom discussion on sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade. Barbie says she wasn't aware that lawmakers recently expanded the ban through 12th grade.
I didn't even know it was a big deal until it was brought to my attention. These students all have one-to-one devices. They talk about these things all the time. I've shut down much worse in class.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
What a difference a year can make. Drivers are shelling out less money these days to fill up a tank of gas, and it comes just in time for Memorial Day travel. AAA says at this time last year, the average cost of gas nationwide was nearly $5. Now the national average is $3.54. That is a 21% drop from a year ago when the average was $4.47 a gallon. It's also 29% lower from last June's record high of $5.02 a gallon. And analysts say fears of a recession have kept